Hey, what's up? In this video, we're going to break down the theory behind the G major chord. We're going to discover where it comes from, what's going on underneath the hood, all that good stuff. So let's just jump right into this one. All right, so before I do this, a couple things. Why do we care besides just being curious? Unless you just want to be a finger mover, we need to understand what's going on under the hood, okay? If you want to be able to write music, you need to understand how chords flow, right? Yes, you can just hear it, but this will help tremendously. If you want to be a lead guitarist, you need to harmonize with the notes of the chord. And if you don't even know what those notes are, good luck, okay? So there's a whole system and way to do this. I've got courses on this in the Guitar GPS. We're not gonna go over that now, obviously. But let's just jump right into this bad boy. So at the very top, I've got the chromatic scale. This is all the notes in music. Okay, there's 12 notes. And basically, it's with music, we go A, B, C, D, F, G. Then we start over at A. And how music developed over the centuries, there is a sharp or flat note in between every note except for B and C and E and F. Okay, on a piano, those are the white notes that are right next to each other. The black notes would be the inharmonic notes, fancy name for something sounds the same, but they can be spelled different. Okay, kind of like the word sun. If you hear that word and it's out of context, you don't know if I'm talking about someone's kid or thing in the sky. Okay, anyways, to extract out the major scale, that's our first step, we need to understand what the major scale is. So I'm going to write this baby out, and give me 1 second. All right, so I have it written out here. And again, same thing with just how music developed over the centuries. We are definitely not getting into music history here. This is not my specialty. And I don't even care about it. I did buy a big book on it to, be really smart with music history. And then I was like, why do I care about this? I just want to play music. Don't care. So anyways, this was developed over many, many centuries. Okay, so just go with it. A W equals a whole step or 2 frets, 2 notes. An H equals a half step or 1 fret. So if we start on a G note, we're simply going to go like this. G, and then boom, boom. Those are 2 notes, 2 frets, and the next would be an A. And then we have a whole step again. Boom, boom. Takes us to a B. Half step takes us to a C. This is so simple, right? Whole step, boom, boom, to the D. Whole step, boom, boom, to the E. Whole step, boom, boom. Ooh. So it's going to be an F sharp. You cannot put G flat. Why? Because we already have a G. It was the regular one. Everybody gets a turn. Everybody gets a trophy when you do the diatonic scales. The major or minor scales, everybody gets a turn. Okay? So very, very important. There are rules for how the language of music works. No different than any other language, except this one's like way easier and way more thought out, okay? So there you have it. Now what's going to happen next is we're going to number the notes of the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when we number the notes of a scale, this is called a scale degree. If you've seen any of the other theory ones I have on this, again, it's the same shit. It's scale degree. So if I say, what's the second scale degree in G, you would say it's an A note. What's the 5th degree? It's D. Simple. All right. The formula for a major chord, boom, is 1, 3, 5. Boom, boom, boom. GBD. If you play GBD on your guitar, you are playing a G major chord. Doesn't matter how. Doesn't matter how many times those notes repeat. Doesn't matter the order. So you could play like, oh, actually, I'll just write it up. 1. All right, so here is a open G. Here are the notes we're playing. A G note, a B note, a D note, a G note, another B, another G. Got that? It'll sound nice, big, and full because we've got low, medium, and high going on. Yeah, that'll sound great. Okay. Now, you could also, what if you just played it, but you didn't strum that one? That would be considered a G/B. You're playing a G chord. It's got all the notes of the G chord, but the B note is in the bass. Make sense? This is also why, whoops, we could do this instead. We could be like, play a 3 right there, and that would change it into a D. Very common way to play a G chord. Why does that work? Because it's still a G. Gives a little bit different flavor, but all we did was swap out a B for a D. If you add any other note or leave a note out, as far as you got to have a GBD. If you add something in like an A, that's no longer G. It's gonna be something special. Okay, we're not gonna get into that right now. Cool. So I think you got it. It's literally this easy. What I need you to do is memorize this stuff. Yeah, memorize GBD. If I went a little fast on that and you don't understand this part, I got a video up where I like learning the fretboard, and I actually have 2 of them up to this point. But yeah, one's for super beginners and the other one is getting a bit more advanced. And you can start doing that. But also, if you wanted to follow along here, you can head over to my website, and I've got all this written out, a bunch of ways to play the chord, how to not play the chord, if you need help speeding things up, the theory stuff's at the bottom, cool chord progressions, all that good stuff. And that way, some people like just want to read it, you could do that. But then I also have a link to another video where I get in depth with a bunch of ways to play the chord. And I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for you so you can play the thing, understand what's going on underneath the hood, and become a better guitar player, okay? If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps me out a lot. And we'll see you hopefully in another video.